In the Grand Hall of the Galactic Council, dozens of alien species gathered for their annual meeting. The room was filled with the hum of conversations, flashes of colorful lights from alien technology, and the scent of exotic foods from across the galaxy. Delegates from different worlds had come to discuss the future of their collective civilizations. Captain Sarah Mitchell stood at the front of the hall, her face calm but her heart racing. She had worked for years on this project, and now was the moment of truth. Behind her, the massive doors of the presentation chamber slowly opened, revealing a ship covered in a large cloth. The aliens in the room murmured with curiosity and skepticism. As the cloth was pulled away, a collective gasp echoed through the hall. What was revealed was an old, battered warship. It was clear it had seen better days. Its hull was scarred with battle marks, and its once bright colors were now faded and dull. The aliens' reactions were immediate. Many started to laugh, their voices mingling in a cacophony of disbelief. The ship was a relic from a bygone era, a stark contrast to the sleek, advanced technology that surrounded it. One alien, a tall being with a shimmering blue exoskeleton and 6 eyes, snorted loudly. "Is this a joke? You brought this ancient thing to our council?" His laughter was echoed by others in the room. Another alien, with a long, flowing mane of light and a voice that sounded like chimes, said, "This must be some sort of test. Surely they don't think this ship can compete with our latest models." Captain Mitchell took a deep breath and stepped forward. "Ladies and gentlemen of the Galactic Council, this is the Relic, our newest and most advanced warship." Her voice was steady, though she felt the weight of the room's skepticism. The laughter continued. A small, round alien with bright orange skin and a series of blinking lights on its back floated over to the ship, examining it with a critical eye. "It's old. It's slow. It's hardly worth our time," it said dismissively. Mitchell could feel her cheeks flush with frustration, but she kept her composure. She knew that her crew had put their hearts into restoring this ship. It might look old, but it had been upgraded with the latest technology hidden within its ancient frame. "This ship may look outdated," Mitchell said, "but it has been equipped with state-of-the-art systems and weapons. We have spent years upgrading it, and I assure you it will prove its worth." The room grew quiet as the council members exchanged glances. Many of them were still skeptical, but the humans had a reputation for surprising everyone. The council president, a dignified figure with a golden robe and a calm demeanor, raised a hand to signal the end of the mockery. "We shall see," the president said. "If you are so confident, perhaps we should test this relic of yours? If it performs as you claim, we will reconsider our opinion." Mitchell nodded, feeling a mixture of relief and anxiety.
"Thank you."
"We are ready for the challenge." As the council meeting came to an end, Mitchell walked back to the docking bay with her team. They were met with a mixture of disappointment and determination. The aliens' mockery had stung, but it had also ignited a fire in the crew's hearts. Lieutenant James Carter, her second-in-command, clapped her on the back. "Don't let them get to you, Captain. We know what this ship can do. Let's show them." Mitchell smiled, grateful for the support. "You're right, Carter. We'll show them what the Relic can really do." The crew worked tirelessly over the next few days, preparing the Relic for its test. They fixed any remaining issues, fine-tuned the systems, and ensured that everything was ready for the challenge ahead. The ship, once a symbol of derision, was now a beacon of hope for the humans. When the day of the test arrived, the atmosphere was tense. The council had set up a controlled environment where the ship would demonstrate its capabilities. Alien spectators gathered to watch, their eyes filled with curiosity and skepticism. Mitchell and her crew stood on the bridge of the Relic, their faces set with determination. The ship's engines roared to life, and the old vessel began to hum with a power that had been hidden beneath its battered exterior. The test began, and the Relic moved through the environment with surprising agility. The crew demonstrated its advanced weapon systems and maneuverability, leaving the alien spectators stunned. The ship's old appearance belied its true strength. When the test concluded, the council members were silent. The once derisive crowd now looked on with respect and amazement. The Relic had exceeded their expectations, proving that even an old ship could have new tricks. Captain Mitchell felt a wave of relief and pride. The Relic had done its job, and the humans had earned the respect they deserved. The council president approached her with a nod of approval. Mitchell smiled, her heart swelling with pride. "Thank you. We knew the Relic had more to offer than meets the eye." As the council meeting concluded, the crew celebrated their victory. They had faced ridicule and skepticism, but they had triumphed. The old ship had roared to life and silenced the critics, marking the beginning of a new chapter for humanity in the galaxy. The docks were a hive of activity as the crew of the Relic worked tirelessly. The once dull warship now sat at the center of a bustling repair bay. Wrenches clanged, tools whirred, and the hum of machinery filled the air. Every corner of the dock was alive with the sound of progress and determination. Captain Sarah Mitchell stood by a large viewport, watching as her crew worked on the ship. Despite the laughter and doubt from the Galactic Council, she believed in the Relic. Her crew's enthusiasm and skill had turned the old ship into something special, but she knew there was still a lot to do. Lieutenant James Carter approached with a worried expression. "Captain, we've hit a snag with the power systems. The main reactor is giving us trouble. It's old, and it's not syncing with the new controls." Mitchell turned to him, her face set in determination. "How bad is it? Can we fix it?" Carter nodded. "We can fix it, but it will take time, and we need to be careful. One wrong move and we could cause a major malfunction." Mitchell took a deep breath. "Then we'll work around the clock if we have to. We can't afford to fail now." As Carter went back to his team, Mitchell turned her attention to the ship. The Relic had been a symbol of humanity's past, but it was about to become a symbol of their future. The team was working on upgrading the ship's systems, installing new weapons and repairing the old ones. The ship's exterior had been cleaned and repainted, but its true transformation was happening inside. Inside the ship, the crew was hard at work. Mechanics were crawling through narrow corridors, repairing old pipes and wiring. Engineers were huddled over control panels, trying to integrate the new technology with the ship's ancient systems. Every team member was focused and determined, their hands moving with practiced ease. Ensign Lily Zhang, one of the ship's engineers, was working on the main reactor. Her hands were covered in grease, and her face was streaked with sweat. "Come on, old girl," she muttered as she adjusted the reactor's settings. "We've got a big day coming up." Her colleague, Corporal Mike Reed, was beside her, checking the reactor's readings. "How's it looking, Lily?" Zhang wiped her brow and glanced at the monitor. "It's stabilizing, but we need to keep a close eye on it. We don't want any surprises." Reed nodded. "Got it. I'll keep monitoring it. You focus on making sure everything is properly synced." As the days passed, the crew worked around the clock. They encountered numerous challenges: faulty wiring, outdated components, and software glitches. Each problem was met with a mix of frustration and determination. But with each challenge overcome, the ship drew closer to readiness. One evening, Mitchell stood in the command center reviewing the ship's status reports. The ship was coming together, but there were still many tasks left. She glanced at the clock and sighed. "We're running out of time. The Council's test is just days away." Carter walked in, looking tired but determined. "Captain, we're making good progress. The power systems are almost ready, and the weapons are functioning. We'll be ready in time." Mitchell nodded, feeling a sense of relief. "Good. Let's keep pushing. We need to show them that the Relic is more than just an old ship." Later that night, as the crew took a rare break, Mitchell gathered them in the common area. The room was filled with tired but hopeful faces. "I know it's been tough," she began, her voice steady. "We've had to deal with setbacks and challenges, but we're almost there. The Relic is about to make history, and it's because of all your hard work." The crew clapped and cheered, their spirits lifted by her words. The shared sense of purpose and camaraderie was palpable. They knew that their efforts were about to pay off. The next day, the crew finished their final preparations. The Relic was now a blend of old and new technology, its exterior polished and its systems upgraded. The ship was ready to prove itself. As they prepared for the test, Mitchell and her crew gathered on the bridge. The ship's interior was alive with the glow of new controls and the hum of powerful engines. The crew took their positions, their faces showing a mix of excitement and nerves. Mitchell took one last look at her team and nodded. "All right, let's show them what we can do." The ship's engines roared to life and the Relic began to move. The old warship, once the subject of ridicule, now moved with surprising grace and power. The crew operated the controls with precision, their confidence growing with each passing moment. As the ship executed its maneuvers, the crew's hard work was evident. The new systems functioned seamlessly, and the ship's weapons fired with impressive accuracy. The Relic was performing better than anyone had expected. Mitchell watched with pride as the ship completed its test runs. The alien spectators, who had once laughed at the ship, now watched in awe. The Relic was proving its worth, and the crew's efforts were paying off. The final test was a success. The Relic had passed with flying colors, showing that even an old ship could be a powerful force with the right upgrades. The crew's hard work had paid off, and they had silenced the critics. As the ship docked after the test, Mitchell and her crew felt a sense of accomplishment. They had faced doubt and challenges, but they had proven that the Relic was more than just a relic. It was a symbol of their resilience and determination. The ship was ready, and the real challenge was just beginning. But for now, the crew could take pride in their success and look forward to the next phase of their mission. The day of the test dawned bright and clear, but the atmosphere around the Galactic Council's testing grounds was anything but calm. The space was filled with a mix of anticipation and skepticism. The Relic, now fully operational, floated in the center of the arena, its new systems humming quietly. Captain Sarah Mitchell stood on the bridge, her eyes scanning the control panels. Her crew was in position, their faces a mix of concentration and excitement. The test was designed to push the ship to its limits and demonstrate its capabilities to the Council and the galaxy. "Engage the primary systems," Mitchell ordered, her voice steady. Lieutenant James Carter, at his station, nodded and began activating the ship's controls. "Primary systems online. Ready to proceed, Captain." Mitchell glanced at the clock. The test was set to begin. A team of alien observers stood nearby, their eyes fixed on the Relic. Among them were the same beings who had mocked the ship, their expressions now a mix of curiosity and skepticism. The first part of the test involved maneuverability. The Relic had to navigate through a series of obstacles, simulating a space battle environment. It was a course filled with floating debris, moving obstacles, and tight turns. "Initiating maneuvering protocols," Carter announced. The ship began to move, its old engines roaring to life with surprising power. The Relic twisted and turned with agility that defied its appearance. The crew worked together seamlessly, guiding the ship through the obstacle course. Ensign Lily Jang, stationed at the navigation console, called out, approaching the first obstacle. Preparing for evasive maneuvers. The ship swerved around a large piece of debris, its movements precise and controlled. The crew's training and preparation were evident in their smooth execution. The Relic glided through the course, impressively handling every challenge. Mitchell watched with pride as the ship completed the maneuverability test. The alien observers were silent, their eyes widening with each successful maneuver. The Relic was proving that it was more than just a relic. "Excellent job, everyone," Mitchell said, her voice filled with approval. "Now let's move on to the next phase." The second part of the test focused on the ship's weapon systems. The Relic had to demonstrate its firepower and accuracy. Targets were set up at various distances, and the ship's weapons would be tested against them. Carter adjusted the controls, his fingers flying over the buttons. "Weapon systems are online, ready to engage targets." The first target, a stationary drone, floated in front of the ship. The Relic's weapon systems locked onto it, and a beam of energy shot out, striking the drone with pinpoint accuracy. The drone shattered into pieces. "Target destroyed," Carter reported. Mitchell nodded. "Proceed to the moving targets." Several drones moving at high speeds were released into the test area. The Relic's weapon systems tracked the moving targets, firing with impressive speed and precision. Each shot hit its mark, demonstrating the ship's advanced targeting capabilities. The alien observers watched in stunned silence as the Relic showcased its firepower. The ship's weapons were powerful and accurate, far beyond what anyone had expected from an old vessel. As the test continued, the final phase involved simulating a combat scenario. The Relic would face off against a series of mock enemy ships, testing its defensive and offensive capabilities. Mitchell took a deep breath, her hands gripping the armrests of her chair. Let's start the combat simulation. The simulation began, and a series of holographic enemy ships appeared around the Relic. The crew sprang into action, their training kicking in as they engaged the enemy ships. The Relic's weapons fired with intensity, each shot striking the holographic targets with precision. The ship's defensive systems activated, successfully intercepting incoming attacks. The crew worked together flawlessly, their movements synchronized as they handled the simulated battle. Mitchell watched with a mix of excitement and nerves. The Relic was performing admirably, its systems working together seamlessly. The alien observers were visibly impressed, their expressions shifting from skepticism to admiration. As the simulation ended, the Relic had defeated all the mock enemy ships. The ship's systems had handled the intense combat scenario with ease, proving that it was more than capable of handling real battles. The alien observers approached, their expressions now respectful. The tall blue alien with 6 eyes spoke first. We must admit the Relic has performed exceptionally well. It is clear that it is not just an old ship, but a formidable vessel with advanced technology. Another alien with a flowing mane of light nodded in agreement. Your ship has exceeded our expectations. We will take your claims seriously from now on. Mitchell felt a surge of relief and pride. The test had gone better than she had hoped, and the Relic had proven its worth. She turned to her crew, who were celebrating their success. You did an amazing job, Mitchell said, her voice filled with gratitude. We've shown the galaxy what the Relic can do. Now, let's get ready for what comes next. The crew cheered, their spirits high. They had faced doubt and skepticism, but they had overcome it with hard work and determination. The Relic had passed the test, and humanity had earned the respect of the galaxy. As the crew prepared for their next mission, they knew that the real challenge was just beginning. But for now, they could take pride in their success and look forward to the future with confidence. The days following the successful test were filled with activity and anticipation. The Galactic Council had given the Relic a chance to prove itself, and now it was time for the ship to face a real test. The mission ahead was critical, and the crew knew that the fate of their ship and their reputation depended on it. Captain Sarah Mitchell and her team gathered on the bridge of the Relic. The ship was fully prepared and ready for its next challenge. The stars outside the viewport were a brilliant display of the galaxy, but the focus was on the upcoming mission. Mitchell looked around at her crew, their faces set with determination. We're about to enter hostile space, she said. Our mission is to engage and neutralize a threat from a known hostile alien faction. This is our chance to show that the Relic is more than just an old ship. We need to be ready for anything. Lieutenant James Carter, standing at his control station, nodded. Understood, Captain. All systems are operational and ready. Ensign Lily Zhang, stationed at navigation, checked the star maps. We're approaching the target zone. We'll be in enemy territory soon. Mitchell took a deep breath and turned to her crew. Let's do this. The Relic moved smoothly through space, its engines purring with power. The crew was focused and alert, their movements precise as they prepared for the upcoming battle. The ship's sensors picked up the presence of enemy vessels, and the tension on the bridge was palpable. Enemy ships detected, Carter announced. They're closing in on us. Mitchell's eyes narrowed as she studied the readouts. The enemy fleet was formidable, with heavily armed ships moving swiftly toward them. The Relic's sensors showed that they were outnumbered, but the captain remained confident. Prepare for engagement, Mitchell ordered. Activate defensive systems and ready the weapons. The Relic's weapon systems powered up, and the ship's defensive shields shimmered into place. The crew took their positions, ready for the battle that lay ahead. Enemy ships in range, Carter said. We're about to engage. The Relic roared into action. Its old engines roared with power, propelling the ship forward. The ship's weapons fired with impressive accuracy, each shot striking its target. The old warship, once the subject of ridicule, now demonstrated its true capabilities. Mitchell watched the display with a mixture of pride and concentration. The Relic was handling the battle with skill and precision. The crew worked together seamlessly, their training evident in their coordinated efforts. Incoming fire, Zhang called out, shields holding at 80%. The ship shook as enemy fire struck the shields, but the defensive systems held strong. The Relic's weapons returned fire, each blast striking the enemy ships with powerful force. The old ship's design, combined with its new technology, was proving to be a formidable force. The enemy ships maneuvered to avoid the Relic's fire, but the crew's precision and coordination kept them in range. The Relic's weapon systems tracked and targeted the enemy vessels, hitting them with deadly accuracy. The battle raged on, with the Relic's firepower proving to be a decisive factor. The enemy ships began to falter under the relentless assault. The crew cheered as one enemy vessel after another was destroyed. Mitchell's heart raced as she watched the battle unfold. The ship's performance was exceeding her expectations. The Relic was more than just a relic. It was a powerful and effective warship. Enemy fleet retreating, Carter announced. "We've won the engagement." The crew erupted into cheers, their voices filled with relief and excitement. Mitchell allowed herself a smile of satisfaction. The Relic had proven its worth in a real combat situation, and the crew had shown their skill and determination. As the battle came to an end, the crew began to assess the damage. The Relic had taken some hits, but the ship was still operational. The defensive systems had held up well, and the crew's coordination had been exceptional. Mitchell walked around the bridge, offering words of praise and encouragement to her team. "Great job, everyone. We faced a tough challenge, and we came through with flying colors. The Relic has roared to life, and we've shown the galaxy what it can do." The crew smiled, their pride evident. They had faced doubt and skepticism, but they had proven themselves on the battlefield. The old ship, once dismissed as outdated, had proven to be a powerful asset. As the Relic made its way back to friendly space, the crew took a moment to celebrate their victory. The mission had been a success, and the ship had performed beyond their expectations. Mitchell stood on the bridge, looking out at the stars. The galaxy was vast and full of challenges, but for now they had shown that the Relic was a force to be reckoned with. The crew had earned the respect of their allies and their enemies, and they had proven that even an old ship could have a new lease on life. The Relic had roared into battle and emerged victorious. The crew's hard work and determination had paid off, and they were ready for whatever came next. The old ship had found its place in the galaxy, and the crew was eager to continue their journey, confident in their abilities and their ship. The Relic had just returned from its triumphant battle, and the crew was in high spirits. Captain Sarah Mitchell and her team had proven the ship's worth, but their mission was far from over. They knew the galaxy was full of dangers and opportunities, and their next challenge was to forge new alliances. The ship docked at a neutral space station, a massive floating structure bustling with activity. The station was a hub for traders, diplomats, and travelers from all corners of the galaxy. It was also known for being a place where new alliances and deals were made. Captain Mitchell and her crew disembarked, stepping into the busy docking bay of the station. The air was filled with the hum of conversation and the clatter of machinery. Alien species of all shapes and sizes moved about, their colorful attire and strange customs a testament to the diversity of the galaxy. "All right, team," Mitchell said, turning to her crew. "We're here to establish new connections. This space station is a great place to start. Let's meet with potential allies and see if we can build some new partnerships." Lieutenant James Carter checked the appointment schedule on his data pad. "We have a meeting with the Zora Alliance. They're known for their advanced technology and strategic position. This could be a big opportunity for us." Ensign Lily Jang adjusted her equipment and smiled. "The Zora Alliance? I've heard they're very influential. If we can get their support, it could make a huge difference." Mitchell nodded. "Let's make a good impression. Head to their embassy and let's see what we can achieve." The crew made their way to the Zora Alliance embassy, located in one of the station's towering spires. The building was sleek and modern, with smooth metallic surfaces and intricate patterns. As they entered, they were greeted by a representative of the Zora Alliance, a tall alien with iridescent skin and a commanding presence. "Welcome to the Zora Embassy," the representative said, extending a graceful hand. "I am Ambassador Kaylor. How may we assist you today?" Mitchell shook Kaylor's hand, her expression warm and confident. "Ambassador Kaylor, I'm Captain Sarah Mitchell of the Relic. We've recently completed a successful mission and are looking to establish new partnerships. We believe the Zora Alliance could be a valuable ally." Kaylor's eyes glimmered with interest. "The Relic, you say? I have heard of your recent victory. Impressive work. We are always open to forging new alliances with those who prove themselves. The group was led into a conference room where they discussed potential areas of cooperation. The Zora Alliance was known for its advanced technology and strategic influence, making it a valuable ally for the Relic and its crew. "We are interested in exploring ways we can support each other," Mitchell said. "We can offer our combat capabilities and the unique experience of our crew. In return, we hope to gain access to your advanced technology and strategic insights." Kalor considered the proposal thoughtfully. "Your offer is intriguing. We value strength and integrity, and your recent success has demonstrated both. However, we have a matter that requires assistance. There is a rogue faction in our sector causing trouble. If you are willing to help us resolve this issue, we can discuss a more formal alliance." Mitchell's eyes narrowed with determination. "We're willing to help. What's the situation?" Kalor explained that the rogue faction, known as the Trivax, was causing disruptions in the Zora sector. They were known for their aggressive tactics and had been attacking supply convoys and outposts. "We need to neutralize the Trivax threat," Kalor said. "If you can assist us in this mission, it will strengthen our partnership and demonstrate your commitment to our cause." Mitchell nodded. "Consider it done. We'll take care of the Trivax and make sure the sector is safe." With the mission agreed upon, the crew of the Relic prepared for their new task. They gathered their gear and made final preparations for the journey to the Zora sector. The crew was excited about the opportunity to make new allies and show their capabilities once again. As the Relic departed the space station, the crew felt a renewed sense of purpose. They were not only proving their worth, but also building valuable relationships that could shape their future. "Set course for the Zora sector," Mitchell ordered. "Let's show the Zora Alliance what we can do." The ship traveled through space, its engines humming smoothly. The crew was focused and determined, eager to face the new challenge and help their new allies. Upon arriving in the Zora sector, the Relic encountered the Trivax's forces. The rogue faction's ships were scattered across the region, engaging in raids and attacks. The Relic and its crew quickly sprang into action. "We're entering the conflict zone," Carter said. "The Trivax are engaging Zora supply ships." Mitchell's eyes were sharp as she surveyed the situation. "Prepare for engagement. We need to neutralize their forces and secure the area." The Relic moved into the fray, its weapon systems firing with precision. The crew worked seamlessly together, targeting and disabling Trivax ships. The old ship's performance, combined with the crew's skill, made quick work of the rogue faction's forces. After a series of intense battles, the Trivax threat was neutralized. The sector was secured, and the Zora supply lines were protected. The Zora Alliance expressed their gratitude and praised the crew's efforts. "You have exceeded our expectations," Ambassador Kalor said. "Your assistance has been invaluable. We are pleased to formally extend our alliance." Mitchell smiled, her heart full of pride. "Thank you, Ambassador. We look forward to a strong partnership and future successes." The crew of the Relic had made new friends and established valuable alliances. Their efforts had paid off, and they were now recognized as a force to be reckoned with in the galaxy. As they prepared for their next mission, the crew knew that they had built a foundation for future success, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The Relic floated in the darkness of space, its engines humming softly. The crew was on high alert as they approached the coordinates given by the Zora Alliance. The big battle was imminent, and every member of the team knew how critical this mission was. Captain Sarah Mitchell stood on the bridge, her eyes scanning the star-studded expanse. The Zora sector was now under threat from a large Trivax fleet. This was the moment to prove the Relic's worth and solidify their alliance with the Zora. "Captain, we're approaching the engagement zone," Lieutenant James Carter reported, his fingers deftly maneuvering the controls. "We have multiple Trivax ships in sight." Mitchell nodded, her face set in determination. "Prepare for combat. Engage all defensive systems and ready the weapons." Ensign Lily Jang checked the ship's systems. "Defensive shields are at full strength. Weapons systems are online and targeting the enemy." The crew moved with practiced efficiency, their movements synchronized as they prepared for the battle. The vast expanse of space was suddenly filled with the menacing silhouettes of Trivax ships. The enemy fleet, a formidable array of heavily armed vessels, was closing in fast. Enemy ships are moving into attack position, Carter announced. They're preparing to engage. Mitchell took a deep breath. All right, everyone, let's show them what the Relic can do. Engage the enemy! The Relic roared to life, its engines propelling it forward with a burst of speed. The ship's weapons fired with deadly precision, each shot finding its mark. The Trivax ships returned fire, their weapons flashing brightly against the darkness of space. The battle erupted with intense fury. The Relic's shields absorbed incoming blasts, while the ship's weapon systems targeted and destroyed Trivax ships. The crew worked seamlessly together, their training and preparation evident in their coordinated efforts. "Captain, we've got enemy fighters closing in on us," Jang called out, her voice tense. "Activate point defense systems," Mitchell ordered. "We need to take them out before they get too close." The Relic's point defense lasers fired rapidly, intercepting and destroying the incoming fighters. The ship's defenses held strong, and the crew's quick reactions kept the enemy at bay. The Trivax fleet was relentless, but the Relic's firepower was overwhelming. Each enemy ship that was destroyed lit up the darkness of space, a testament to the ship's effectiveness. The crew's focus never wavered, their determination evident in every action. "We're taking some damage," Carter shouted. "Shields are holding at 60%. We need to take out those larger ships to reduce the pressure." Mitchell's eyes were sharp as she assessed the situation. "Target the command ships. If we can take them down, it will disrupt their coordination." The Relic's weapons locked onto the command ships, delivering a concentrated barrage of fire. The large enemy vessels exploded in brilliant flashes, their destruction causing chaos among the remaining Trivax forces. As the command ships fell, the remaining Trivax ships became disorganized and panicked. The Relic pressed its advantage, systematically destroying the enemy fleet. The battle continued with fierce intensity, but the tide was turning in their favor. "Enemy fleet is retreating," Jang announced, her voice filled with relief. "We've won the battle!" The crew cheered, their faces reflecting a mix of exhaustion and triumph. The Relic had faced a massive threat and emerged victorious, proving its worth once again. Mitchell took a moment to look around at her team, her pride evident. "Great job, everyone. We faced a tough challenge, and we came through. The Zora Alliance will be pleased with our success." The Relic's sensors picked up signals from the Zora fleet, which had been providing support during the battle. The Zora ships approached, their sleek forms gliding gracefully through space. Ambassador Kalor's voice came through the communications channel. "Captain Mitchell, congratulations on a well-fought battle. Your ship's performance has been exceptional." "Thank you, Ambassador," Mitchell replied. "We couldn't have done it without the support of the Zora fleet." The Zora ships began to assist with the cleanup and recovery efforts, helping to salvage any remaining debris and provide medical aid to any wounded. The cooperation between the Zora Alliance and the Relic's crew was a testament to their newfound partnership. As the battle subsided, the crew of the Relic took stock of their damage. The ship had sustained some hits, but it was still operational. The repairs would be needed, but the victory was worth the effort. The crew gathered in the common area, celebrating their success and sharing stories of the battle. The camaraderie and sense of accomplishment were palpable, a reminder of the hard work and determination that had led to their victory. Mitchell raised a toast to her crew. "To the Relic and the crew who made this victory possible. We've proven that even an old ship can achieve great things. Here's to many more successes to come." The crew clinked their glasses and cheered, their spirits high. They had faced a significant challenge and emerged victorious, forging a powerful alliance in the process. The future was filled with possibilities, and the Relic was ready for whatever came next. As the ship prepared to head back to friendly space, the crew knew that their journey was far from over. But for now, they could savor their success and look forward to the next chapter of their adventure. The Relic was back at the space station, its hull bearing the marks of battle. The once clear starry skies were now filled with the aftermath of the conflict. As the crew began the long process of repairs and recovery, the mood on board was a mix of relief, pride, and exhaustion. Captain Sarah Mitchell stood on the bridge, watching the bustling activity of the space station through the viewport. The station's engineers and repair teams had started their work on the Relic, and the atmosphere was filled with the sound of machinery and busy voices. Lieutenant James Carter approached, holding a datapad with the latest damage report. "Captain, the damage is not as severe as we initially thought. Most of the repairs should be completed within a few days." Mitchell nodded, her expression thoughtful. "That's good news. We've proven ourselves in battle, but we need to ensure the Relic is in top shape for future missions." Ensign Lily Jang entered the bridge, a smile on her face. "The Zora Alliance has sent a delegation to express their gratitude. They're impressed with our performance and are eager to discuss further cooperation." Mitchell's eyes brightened. "Excellent. Let's meet with them. This alliance is crucial for us, and maintaining a strong relationship will benefit us both." The Zora delegation arrived at the Relic's docking bay, their sleek, shimmering forms moving gracefully through the space station. Ambassador Kalor led the group, his demeanor respectful and appreciative. "Captain Mitchell," Kalor said, extending a hand, "it is an honor to meet with you once again. We are grateful for your assistance in defeating the Trivax. Your efforts have made a significant impact." Mitchell shook Kalor's hand, her smile warm. "Thank you, Ambassador. It was a challenging battle, but we're pleased to have been able to help. Your support was invaluable." Kalor gestured to the rest of the delegation. "We have brought a gift as a token of our appreciation. It is a set of advanced technology and equipment that we believe will enhance the Relic's capabilities." The delegation presented a series of sleek, high-tech devices and components. The advanced technology was designed to improve the ship's systems and performance, making the Relic even more formidable. "These upgrades will be a tremendous asset," Mitchell said, inspecting the equipment. "We appreciate the Zora Alliance's generosity and support." The delegation and the crew of the Relic spent the next few hours discussing future plans and potential missions. The Zora Alliance was interested in exploring new territories and combating other threats, and the Relic was well positioned to assist. As the meeting concluded, Kalor and his team prepared to leave. "We look forward to our continued partnership," Kalor said. "The Relic has proven itself to be a valuable ally, and we are eager to work together on future endeavors." Mitchell watched as the Zora delegation departed, feeling a sense of accomplishment. The alliance with the Zora had strengthened their position in the galaxy and opened new opportunities for exploration and cooperation. Back on the bridge, Carter and Zhang were busy with their respective tasks, coordinating repairs and system upgrades. The atmosphere was one of focused efficiency, with the crew working diligently to ensure the ship was ready for its next mission. "Captain, I've reviewed the new equipment," Carter said, his tone upbeat. "The upgrades will significantly enhance the Relic's performance. We should be ready to go in no time." Mitchell nodded, her eyes reflecting satisfaction. "Great. Let's make sure everything is in top shape. We have a promising future ahead, and we need to be ready for whatever comes next." As the crew continued their work, the Relic slowly regained its pristine appearance. The scars of battle were being repaired, and the ship was taking on a renewed sense of strength and purpose. In the common area, the crew gathered for a brief respite. The atmosphere was relaxed, with laughter and conversation filling the room. The victory had bonded them, and the sense of camaraderie was palpable. "We did good out there," Ensign Zhang said, raising a glass. "Here's to our success, and to the many adventures ahead." The crew raised their glasses in agreement, their spirits high. They had faced a major battle and come out victorious, forging new alliances and strengthening their position in the galaxy. Mitchell looked around at her team, her pride evident. "I'm proud of all of you. We've proven that the Relic is a force to be reckoned with, and we've built strong connections that will help us in the future." The crew cheered, their voices filled with enthusiasm. The future was full of possibilities, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As the Relic prepared to set out on its next mission, the crew knew that their journey was just beginning. They had overcome significant obstacles and made valuable allies, but the galaxy was vast and full of opportunities. The ship's engines roared to life, and the Relic set course for its next adventure. The crew was eager to continue their journey, confident in their abilities and excited about the future. Captain Mitchell stood on the bridge looking out at the stars. The galaxy was waiting, and the Relic was ready to explore its mysteries. The crew had proven their worth, and they were prepared for the challenges and opportunities that lay ahead. With a final glance at the space station fading into the distance, Mitchell turned to her crew. "Let's go see what the galaxy has in store for us. Our adventure is just beginning." The Relic surged forward, its path illuminated by the stars. The crew was ready for whatever came next, their spirits high and their resolve strong. The journey continued, and the future was full of promise and possibility.